got a gun.
Well, my name's not Jamie, but I do have a gun. I have a few actually. See, for about a year I've been trying to make a sci-fi gun, but without much luck. So first I'll show you a gun I made about a year ago, then I'll show you 2 guns I made about 6 months ago, then 2 guns I made last week, and finally to show you the progress, my MOC Sci-Fi Gun. You can also make Lego guns that actually shoot, definitely something I'm gonna try, but a few levels above me, so I'll just be making for the aesthetics. I know guns are a little bit controversial and I don't really want to get into it, but guns are cool. I even found myself holding it while watching TV, pointing it at the bad guys like I'm 8 years old. There's some psychology or penis envy about that I just don't want to get into here. Well, here we have it, the Smith & Wesson, not the Smith & Weston, which I always thought it was called. I'm pretty sure I copied this off someone on YouTube. Sorry, I can't remember who that was. It looks a little bit like the old cowboy gun, like the real thing. It's a little bit flimsy though. Second gun here, also from 6 months ago. I suppose it's supposed to be a Glock or something. I must admit, as you've probably already figured out, I know nothing about guns. To me, there's only 3 categories: old guns, new guns, and sci-fi guns. So my second build here, I would say looks like a new gun, but not anyone specific. I fell into the old newbie trap of building very blocky or squarely. Is that what? Moving swiftly along through time, we get to last week's creation, based heavily on the Smith & Wesson, but with what I'd call a modern look. I think it's clear to see it's a much better attempt than just 6 months ago. I could easily be convinced to give this a 9 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10, but I think that's just my low self-worth talking. But screw that. I wanted to make a sci-fi gun, and I had a sketch I was kind of working out of, but I couldn't get that round shape. I also couldn't get a satisfyingly good enough handle on it, double meaning implied, so for months I just put it off until I found this guy on YouTube, Jim's Lego Guns. Great tutorial here to make your own Lugar, and when I first saw this, it instantly hit me as a sci-fi gun. It had all the right elements, so I gave it a shot. Yay! This is such a cool gun, and I think it's the barrel that does it. It really gives it that sci-fi edge. Making this also really opened my eyes for a different building technique. If you have a closer look, you can see the barrel is horizontal, but the handle is vertical. That's possible because the handle is 4 studs wide, leaving 2 studs to go up into the barrel's inners. Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. I think it's easier to see than explain. Basically, it's half a triangle on a rectangle. While I have your attention, I've got something very important to say. I recently actually started getting some views and even got 100 subscribers, so a special thanks to you guys. And if you're not subscribed, I'm gonna have to ask you to press the button or the Wally gets it. I'm just joking, I'm not a violent man. Even when I'm trying to make a sci-fi gun that shoots lasers, I end up actually making a shrink ray. Here's my first draft. I really like the glass idea, it's just shaped wrong. I really like the colors as well and wanted to keep it golden brown. But I like the idea of a minifig in here, hence how it became a shrink ray. The whole middle bit here is way too overcomplicated, so that needs to be simplified. And here it is, the final thing, and the scary thing is, it actually works. So I was just sitting around watching TV holding my gun, as you do, when my girl wanted to watch The Bachelorette, so I zapped her. She was not too impressed with the whole thing, but at least I got to watch my show. Eventually I did get hungry, so I had to let her out. Overall, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I might improve on the colors once I take apart the other guns and spice up the details. Might bump it up to a 9 out of 10. But yeah, that's it for me this time. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching and have a good day. Cheers, bye.